Have you ever tried telling a woman about herself? Try that sometime. Try calling a woman out for her bad behavior, okay? Her lack of morals, her narcissism, her inflated ego, right? The way she treats people, how wrong she is about her ideas, her values, her beliefs, right? Try telling her about herself and see what happens, right? That's the thing these days, guys, is it is very, very difficult to get through to these broads, right? To tell them about themselves without them freaking out, right? Without them flipping out on you like, how dare you? How dare you? Greta Thunberg, how dare you? At least I think that's her name, that climate change, 15-year-old chick from Sweden that was making the rounds on YouTube. Anyway, thing you guys have to understand too about telling a woman about herself and how wrong she is and how immoral she is and how loud she is and how mouthy and arrogant she is and how self-absorbed and narcissistic she is. Thing you have to understand about this, guys, is it is a natural aphrodisiac. When you call a woman out on her bullshit, it is a natural aphrodisiac. It naturally turns her on whenever a guy has the balls to call her out on her shit. Okay? These chicks are so turned on by guys who call them out, it's insane. Even though they're gonna fight you on it. They're not gonna go easy, right? They're like vampires. They're not gonna go easy. You're gonna be in for a fight, right? They're gonna put up a fight, gonna try to call you out right back. What about you? What about you? Right? But when you don't back down and you continue to let her have it, right? And she begins to see that you are strong in your frame, you're coming at her with a factual, logical, and decisive argument about who she is and why what she's doing is wrong and why her values and beliefs are completely absurd. And when you're coming at her like that and you just kind of like overpower her mentally, verbally, right? And to the point where she just starts to shut up and she starts to back down, it is a natural turn on for her. It's a natural aphrodisiac, sexual aphrodisiac for her, for women in general, right? They're wired to respond to the alpha male. It takes an alpha male to shut down a female who's been enabled her entire life, who's been praised and pedestalized her entire life, which unfortunately is most women out there, right? Especially hot women. This is why they are so just blown away when you come along and you're not afraid of them. Like most betas out there, right? So many guys out there are just so afraid of these chicks, and when they're not afraid, they're too busy trying to get laid. So they tell her exactly what she wants to hear. I mean, right now, I've never seen females more entitled than ever before, right? These chicks are more entitled than they ever have been in their lives, right? It's because they have so many guys catering to them, not even just guys, but society, mainstream media, academia, right? They have everybody out there in society just catering to them. Oh, empower you. You're a woman. Oh my gosh, a woman. Everybody bow down. The queen is here. Whereas when you come along and you don't buy into any of that blue pill shit, and you come along red pill and you're like, who are you? Right? Your ideas are stupid. They're dumb. And here's why they're stupid and dumb. Let me lay it out for you, woman. Right? And you just demolish her with facts, logic, statistics, right? And all she has to back up her arguments are with her emotions and feelings, right? You've automatically won. You maintain your frame. You don't back down. You don't apologize for your behavior, even as she's trying to shame you. What kind of man are you? What kind of man are you? You must have a small penis. Oh, you little man. Who are you to talk to me like this? And you just completely stay non-reactive and continue to repeatedly shut her down to the point where she finally starts to go into her own head, right? She stops trying to get into your head, And now she starts to go in her own head and she starts to think like, wait a minute, maybe I am wrong. This guy seems pretty sure of himself, right? And at the end of the day, that's really what it takes to win an argument with a female, is you have to be more sure of yourself than she is. You have to have a stronger frame than she does. Okay? That's really all it takes these days. Be unafraid to let her have it, right? Let her have it. Obviously not physically, right? Verbally, emotionally, mentally, okay? Mentally, psychologically, let her have it. Okay, if you know you're right, if you know you've got the facts, statistics, and logic to back up your arguments, then hey, no problem. Okay, I've gotten into it with tons of females out there, especially while I'm gaming. A lot of these chicks, like, you know, they'll try to shame me for gaming them, or they'll try to shame me for my ideas or my values, my beliefs. One popular one these days, the girl will be like, all right, you know, I think I like you, but I have a question for you, okay? One question. Like what? I already know what it is, right? But what? Are you a Trump supporter? It's like, these chicks have to get by that for, you Trump supporter, you right wing. One thing I've taught my students, okay, even my students who are just non-political, they don't even vote, right? I don't vote, by the way. There's a reason for that too. So before you hate on me, like, hey, what do you mean you don't vote? You know, there's reasons for that. I'll get into it in another coaching video, but there's some really deep reasons why I don't. But I do support certain candidates, right? And I do advocate for certain candidates. Obviously, I'm for smaller government. I'm a capitalist. I want the smallest government possible. I want the least intrusion into my life as possible. I just don't want government in my life. They're in our lives too much, right? I want small government. I'm not going to get into it in this coaching video, but I have students who just don't really follow politics. They don't really identify with anything. I've taught them that when these girls go, hey, you Trump supporter, just say yes. Like, just get them to fly off the handle. Just be like, yep. And the girl like, oh my gosh, right? And let her fly off the handle, right? Let her fly off the handle. Because again, it's a natural aphrodisiac, okay? Whether you're a Trump supporter or not, again, this video is not for politics. It's for the purpose of gaming. And when you're out there doing game, guys, you're doing pickup, right? You have to understand this is a game. You cannot take it personal no matter what, you know, what your political beliefs are. You can't take it personal. Now, if you do have political beliefs and say you are a Trump supporter or you're not, you have facts, logics to back up your arguments, then do that. Use that, right? Use that in your game. I'm not the most political guy either, but I do research a lot of the facts and the statistics, because at the end of the day, I mean, our feelings and our emotions don't mean jack shit. It's all about the facts, the statistics, and your own independent research, aside from your own values and beliefs. But obviously I use that in my game, right? I use that to protect and defend my position. I am not going to let this girl, I don't care how hot she is, how much I want to get in her pants, I'm not going to let her sway that. Right? Because I know the second that I do let her control the narrative, right? Control the frame, again, no matter what your beliefs are, the second you let her control that, you're done. You're done. She's not having sex with you anyway. A lot of these guys say they are Trump supporters. I'm just using that as an example. They will back down. They'll try to hide it. I'm like, no, I don't support anyone, right? I support what's fair. And the girl like, okay, good little doggy. And she'll treat you as such. She'll have no respect for you. Whereas what I teach my students, even students who don't follow politics, I teach them to just say yes to get a rise out of the girl. To get a rise out of her. Because one thing I teach you guys in game and pickup that is very powerful is you cannot create attraction without tension. Okay, remember that. Attraction cannot exist without tension, without conflict, without some sort of debate or argument that needs to be resolved. Okay, because the guys that blow it with these chicks are the guys that are just kind of passive, right? They just don't want to rile these girls up. They don't want to have any conflict in their interaction with her. So really nothing ever happens, right? They might have a nice interaction where it's very polite, it's friendly. The girl's like, oh, he's a nice guy. I have nothing against him. Yeah, she has nothing against you, but she's not attracted to you, right? You can't go anywhere with that. Whereas if you look at the girls that I'm like dating, and like some of the guys who, like you guys who follow me on Instagram, some of these girls are, they're really hot, right? Look at the girls I've dated in the past. So a lot of you guys have commented on that too. So a lot of the girls I've dated in the past, super hot, right? Go check my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Matt Cross Official, right? You can see it for yourself. You can see it for yourself. A lot of these girls are hot. Every single one of those girls, okay, that you see on my Instagram, I met through cold approach. Let me say that first, right? I've never had a girlfriend that I met through my social circle. I did not have girls that look like that in my social circle, okay? I grew up in San Francisco. We don't have girls like that in our social circle. We have to venture outside of our social circle in order to get girls that look like that, right? Which, if you're like me and you're like most guys out there, we don't have hot girls in our social circle. We might have semi-cute girls in our social circle, maybe sixes, tops, maybe a 7 here and there, right? She might be a little pudgy, a little fat, but she's cute. Those are the girls that, most guys in your social circle are all clamoring for. It's like, I want more than that, right? I want the 8s, 9s, and 10s. I want the hotter women. And in order to get them, we have to venture outside of our social circle. This is why we have programs like mine, like 7 Months of Mastery. This is why you guys learn this stuff, so you can get the hotter women that are not inside your social circle. All right, but anyway, every single one of those girls you see on my Instagram, I got through cold approach. And every single one of them, FYI, there was initial conflict in the beginning. Some all to varying degrees, okay? Some tested me harder than others. But every single one of those girls that I ended up dating, having sex with, becoming my girlfriend, jumping into an LTR with me. Even at one point, a couple of them became my fiance. We were like practically getting, on the road to getting married. Every single one of those girls, A, I met through cold approach, and B, we had initial conflict in the beginning. Okay? We had initial conflict where the girl shit tested me on my values or my beliefs. So, what? You believe what? Women what? Women should never have voted? I've said that too. All right, I've said that too. These girls like, what do you think about women voting? And I'm like, oh, it's a horrible idea. What? Yeah, I'm like, look what's happened. What has happened since women have been given the right to vote? Welfare state has exploded. The government has exploded in size by tenfold, right? Now we have all these entitlement programs that guys like myself and the productive citizens of America are all paying for. It's changed the landscape of politics. We've shifted from a justice-based morality to a care-based morality. You guys want to research that too. Females have, from a psychological standpoint, they have what's called a care-based morality, whereas for men, we have something called a justice-based morality, where we want justice. If somebody commits a crime or something like that, we want justice. We want that person to pay. Whereas for females, if somebody commits a crime, they don't want them to pay. They feel sorry for them. They want to just re-educate them. They'll be fine, right? He murdered like 10 people and raped a bunch of people, but he'll be fine if we just re-educate him. Prison's not for him, right? So ever since women have been given the right to vote, yeah, it's really screwed up society. So I stick to these beliefs, right? I stick to these beliefs, son. And these women will always challenge me on it, and I will stick to my beliefs. And as much as they hate it, as much as they complain about it, as much as they try to shame me or shout me down about it, I stand my ground. And I hit her with facts, statistics, logic, reason, and it gets to the point where she cannot argue, right? And she might even have to throw out a personal attack. Well, it's probably because of that stupid shirt of yours. And I'm like, you lost. You lost, I won. Ha ha ha. You lost. Right? Why did I lose? I'm like, because now you went to the personal attacks. Whenever you go to the personal schoolyard tactics, you've lost. You've lost, girl. You've lost. So basically you're saying you have the maturity of a 5-year-old and you can't debate like an adult, right? I will get into it with a girl, right? It will look like from a distance, like me and this chick are like an old married couple arguing, right? But I will get into it with her, and little does she know, I mean, even though, like, yes, I'm sticking to my beliefs and everything, I'm playing the game. I'm a pickup artist. I am engaging in the game with her. Okay, even though I'm like naturally letting things evolve, I'm allowing her to get a little angry, a little temperamental, and a little upset, right? Because I know eventually that I can spin that anger that frustration, that disapproval that she has of me into attraction. And that's where you see the master at work, right? And I've had a lot of students be like, whoa, dude, that's like magic. Oh my gosh, how did you do that? It's like, dude, I know how female psychology works, right? I know that we can't have this polite conversation with each other where it's like, oh, hi, my name's Matt. What's your name? Julie. Julie, nice to meet you. What do you like to do, Julie? What's your favorite color? Oh, what's your favorite movie? Do you like this type of music? Oh, I like that music too. You know, do you like Lana Del Rey? That conversation is not going to lead to anything other than, hey, can I get your number? Yeah, sure, chump. Here's my number that I will never respond to. If you text me, I'm never going to go out with you, and I'm sure as heck never going to pull my pants down for you, much less ever want to be seen with you, right? That's where that's going to lead you, right? I've been doing this my entire adult life. I know what I'm doing. Every single time I've gotten a hot girl like that, it's been because I've been able to amp up her emotions, right? And these are situations where the girl's not giving me a gimme, right? I mean, sometimes you're just gonna have a gimme where the girl just happens to like you for no reason, right? She just happens to like find something intriguing about you, and you don't really have to like pop her emotions that hard. She's still gonna try to find out what you believe in, but because she likes you so much, she'll just go with it. She won't even fight you on it. She'll be like, what, Trump supporter? Oh yeah, he had some good points. I didn't vote for him, but I could see, yeah, what you mean. I could see what you mean. Yeah, he's probably good. She'll just agree with you because she likes you. Even though she's probably telling her friends, I can't stand that son of a bitch. I can't stand Trump. But she'll just agree with you. But in most cases, these chicks are not going to lay down like that. They're going to fight you hard, and you're going to have to fight back. You know, you're going to have to defend your stance and not lay down. And when you do that, just by default, you're going to be creating that tension and that conflict with her, which will lead to attraction. Okay? That will lead to attraction. Whenever you tell a woman about herself, she's going to fight you on it. Just because most men out there don't have the balls to do it. Okay, most men out there have very weak frames. Most men out there are not as strong as they might present themselves to be, right? And I've seen a lot of guys who look like they could play the part of the alpha, right? Very tall, very jacked, very muscular, right? Looks like he could kick everybody's ass. Just cower to these females. Just cower, right? In these social situations where he's faced with social pressure. You know, this is why I laugh at guys sometimes in my comments. Like, you don't look alpha to me. It's like, put me in a social situation, dude, and see if I back down. Put me in a very tense situation. Now, I've had these situations where I've been surrounded by guys much bigger than me, you know, wanting to destroy me because I picked up one of their girls by accident, right? And I've been able to hold my frame, and leave that situation and diffuse it without looking like a little bitch, and with everybody walking away, shaking hands, and being men about it, right? A lot of guys don't have that skill because they'll either get scared, they'll get frightened, or they'll go inside their head, and then these guys will sniff out that fear and kick the living shit out of them. Where that doesn't happen with me because I've been in these situations for so long, and so often I know the patterns of behavior that need to take place in order for the situation to be diffused. Whereas most guys, no matter how alpha they look, cannot pull that off, you know, especially when they're in a tense situation with a beautiful woman that they're trying to have sex with, that they're really attracted to, or they might feel a chemistry and connection with, and they don't want to blow it, right? These guys will give up and abandon their frame to get the girl. And guess what, guys? When you do that, you don't get the girl, okay? You don't get the girl that way. It doesn't work that way. That's not how attraction works. The way attraction works is by creating a little bit of tension with a girl, creating a little bit of conflict. And that's very easy to do. And I'm telling you exactly how to do it. Call her out on her shit, right? When she acts out of line, which she's like most women these days, she will, even as you're just meeting her, she'll say something stupid, she'll do something stupid that you can easily call her out on, right? And that you should, because most guys won't, okay? Most guys won't. That's why they don't get the girl, because they don't. Right? And most of these females, I will tell you right now, most of these females are actively looking for a guy who is strong enough, man enough, and bold enough to call them out on their shit and to tell them exactly who they are, to tell her about herself, to correct her when she's wrong, right? Hey, if you're wrong and she corrects you on it, fine, you're wrong, right? Every once in a while, some chick tries to call me out. She might be right about something. It's very rare that happens these days, but every once in a blue moon, right? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Once in a blue moon, a girl might have something that I don't have, like some statistic or some fact. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. I'll just be like, cool, great. But, and I'll always have a retort, right? I'll always have a retort. But at the end of the day, guys, this is what gets girls attracted to you, okay? And you need to try it sometime. Got to try it sometime, okay? Is you need to try to tell a woman about herself. If she's acting out of line, if she's just a little too educated for her own good, a little bit too of a busybody, a little bit too irrational, a little bit too full of herself, you need to tell her. You need to let her know. Like, hey, you need to chill out a bit, girl. You're a little bit too into yourself, man. You know, I don't play that. I'm not going to sit here and let you treat me like, you know, I'm like some peasant in your world. Assuming you're gaming her and assuming you're interacting with her and you care, right? Because, I mean, obviously a lot of girls act like this that you could care less about, right? There's no attraction there. She might be like hundreds of pounds overweight or just might be completely unattractive to you. There's no return on investment for you, so why would you care? Right? So most of these girls, I don't even bother. Like, I hear a lot of girls as I'm out, a lot of females, a lot of women saying dumb shit, doing dumb shit, and I just walk on by because I could care less. I'm not bringing them into my life. There's nothing I want from them. But when it comes to a girl that I am attracted to, that I've just approached, and she just starts spewing out nonsense or dumb shit or feminist ideas, I'm not afraid to call her out on it. Like, especially if she asks me, like, what do you think of this? You know, and I've had a few girls like literally ask me the question, what do you think of women voting? Since you say you're a Trump supporter, what do you think of women voting? Like, I think it's horrible. Horrible idea. You know, look what it's done. You know, and I teach my students the same things, right? I mean, it's like even the guys, again, who are non-political, they don't vote either way, Trump or Biden, whoever. They don't care. And the girl asks, well, are you a Trump supporter? I tell them, just say yeah, right? Get her riled up. Just say yeah. Try to do your best to back up your argument with facts, statistics. Hey, he's doing a great job. Look at the economy. Look at black unemployment. You know, whatever you can say to just kind of back up your argument, to stand your ground. But just to like, because she's going to get riled up and she's going to use her emotions. He's so racist. He's so misogynistic. Like, make her prove her point. Like, how? Explain. Let her get angry. Let her get upset, right? Let her get upset. And then take that anger and spin it into attraction. It's the most powerful aphrodisiac that you could possibly use in game, is when a girl gets angry, upset with you, and you're able to spin it into attraction and get her attracted to you because she can't believe the fact that she's finally met a real man. Because she's met so many betas who automatically back down, cower, and just, oh my gosh, you're so right. I'm so wrong. You're right, girl. Good points. Good points, girl. Good point. Even when the girl makes a good point, I don't give it to her. I don't. I'm like, But, right, I just let her have it. Because why? Because it's a game, okay? It's a game. Now, if we're on a debate stage and we're politicians, I would be like, okay, yeah, maybe you do have a point there. You know, and I tried to retort that way. But, again, we're doing pickup here. We're doing game. The goal here is not to become president of the United States. The goal is to get a hot girl into your life. Right? That's what it is. So, I'm going to wrap up here, guys. Until next time, let's wrap this up. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. And more importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you guys actually subscribe to the channel, so please make sure you're subscribed to my channel, as well as sharing my coaching videos with like-minded friends of yours so that we can really build this tribe and get this education out there to more guys who need it. And for all of you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I'm teaching you guys even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I am talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, every single week. No matter what type of crisis is going on in the world, no matter what type of virus is breaking out, we're out there making things happen every single week, just like you can if you learn this stuff. Okay, and right now the first month is only $1. Okay, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me. And this again is the absolute best way to support my work and all of this knowledge that I am teaching you. If you're gaining value from it, this is the best way to support me. Okay, and you're going to gain a ton of value from what I have to teach you in 7 Months of Mastery. So feel free to take advantage of it. It's real easy. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you could get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.